question. How many would like to live, or how many would live in a dog-free neighborhood? How many people would do that? And here's the thing. It's not that I'm gonna say it. It's not that I hate dogs, because some people will come out and say, "Oh, you must hate dogs," and to even bring up something like this, to even talk about something like this, to even want to have something like this even be a thing. And like I say again, it's not that I hate dogs. What I don't like is a bunch of barking dogs. So it's like you have one dog barking, and then it's like a domino effect to where now this other dog starts barking. Now this dog is barking. Now this dog starts barking. I mean, it's just a constant, like I say, a domino effect, and it's annoying. And you know what's really like really is something, because it's like I guess what it is that everybody seems to be they like their dogs, and they like them so much that people seem to tolerate all of this barking. I mean, dogs. I mean, some of these dogs, like where I live, can bark up to an hour at a time, just straight barking. 45 minutes of barking, going on 2 hours of barking. And nobody says anything. And it's like I'm the only one that's just ready to go out there with my goddamn pistol and fucking start shooting up a motherfucker. You know what? I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop, because I know a lot of y'all love your dogs. But, you know, it goes back to a thing where, like I always say, whatever you do, do it. Go ahead and do it, as long as it doesn't affect other people in a negative way. And I feel with your dog barking like that, it's affecting me. It's affecting me to where I like peace and quiet. You know, you go into some people's house, they always got to have the TV on. They always got to have the radio playing. Some kind of noise. And I don't like that. I just like peace and quiet. I like silence. I'm gonna tell you how much I like silence. I don't even like when the fucking air condition cuts on, or the fucking heat cuts on. That shit's annoying to me, dude. I've been like, God damn, man, why does that shit gotta be so loud like that? I mean, I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm gonna have to get somebody to look at that shit, because it's like when that shit cuts on, you know it's cutting on. And the shit is so fucking irritating to me, I'm starting to believe that there's somebody living in the fucking vents. I don't know, because it's just fucking racket to me. I like silence. I like silence. But the whole dog thing, I mean, and I don't get it, man. I don't even get the problem with dogs, and because it seems like they're kind of some hypocrites. A lot of them some hypocrites. A lot of dogs are fucking hypocrites, because I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of dogs they get bothered, like on the 4th of July. They get bothered when firecrackers and fireworks are popping everywhere, and that shit bothers them. Anybody that got dogs, a lot of people can tell you that when firecrackers be going off and around 4th of July, the dogs be acting fucking crazy. So it's like, okay, it's like the dog don't like all that racket that you're causing outside on 4th of July, but then you put the dog outside every day, and it's just barking for hours, causing all this noise. You're fucking hypocritical ass fucking dogs. One part of you don't like a lot of noise. You don't like noise either, you fucking mutt. But then again, you turn around and go outside and you start barking up some shit, making all this fucking racket. So that's why I'm imposing, let's get together and let's start a dog-free neighborhood. Now, one thing I do have to say, the dog-free neighborhood is going to have to be gated because we don't want none of you motherfuckers with your dogs coming up in our neighborhood, walking your dog and shitting on our fucking lawns. Okay? I'm walking down in my lawn and now I got shit on my fucking feet. I remember one time I went over somebody's house, walked through the fucking yard and got in the house, and I'm tracking shit all over their fucking house because I stepped in some shit and didn't know it. And then this person, I'm in their house and they're getting mad at me. They're all mad at me. I'm like, this is not my fault. Whoever owns these fucking dogs are shitting in your fucking yard and you're not getting it up. And come to find out, guess what? It was their dog shit. It was their dog shit that I stepped in. I mean, some of you motherfuckers is nasty as hell with your dogs. I remember going up on somebody's front porch one time and it was all dog shit on the front porch. They just let the dog out on the front porch and it just shits right there. Nasty motherfuckers. But I want to make this calm and collective. And what I'm saying is that a dog-free neighborhood. Just imagine the peace and quiet that you're going to receive in this new subdivision. I mean, you don't have to no longer be woke up at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning with your fucking dog barking next door. You no longer have to be dealing with that any longer. We cut out the riffraff. Because here's the thing. And obviously people really love their fucking dogs because they will sit up here and allow these dogs to just bark on a continual basis throughout the day, throughout the night or whatever, and nobody says a fucking thing. But here's what I'm saying. If I go outside fucking late at night and started yelling and screaming and doing it for 2 hours, I won't even be able to do it for 2 hours because I guarantee you somebody's going to call the police. But I can't go outside and be yelling and doing all this riffraff outside of my neighborhood because somebody's going to call the police. But a dog can make all this fucking noise for 2 straight hours and nobody says nothing. I mean, what the fuck? I guess this is how much people love, but do you really love your dog? Do you motherfuckers really love your fucking dogs when your fucking ass is going to work for fucking 12 hours and then the dog is sitting at home, gotta hold his shit and piss all fucking day until your punk ass come home? What kind of shit is that? And then when the motherfucker take a piss or a shit on your floor, now you're beating the dog or you're locking them in the fucking closet. Somebody need to call pet on you motherfuckers. I'm telling you, you know what? I'm going to tell you something, man. If I was to, and then let's not talk about the fucking food that you're feeding your fucking dog. You wouldn't eat that shit. You're feeding them fucking bone meal. I'm telling you, dude, that's all. What is fucking bone meal that you look on the back of your dog for? Watch it say bone meal. I'm telling you, bone meal is all kinds of shit just grinded up. They've been grinding all kinds of shit up in there, all kind of parts. Called it bone meal. So you feed your dog crap. You feed them crap because you got to understand, you know, what the dogs, they got wild dogs, and dogs, you know, you got to think about what they generally used to eat. They didn't have no fucking dog food bags hanging off of trees and shit. It's no different than how you got the food for the people today. You ain't have no fucking Twinkies hanging off of trees and shit. You ain't got your fucking McFrankenstein growing up from the roots. Your ass had to go and plant that shit. But so you let them sit in the house for 10 hours holding this shit and piss, and then you feed them some fucking bullshit bone meal that ain't no good for them. And then, that's why I'm telling you, that's why if I was to ever get a dog, I would get me a doggy door. So that dog can go in and out of the house whenever it needs to use the bathroom freely. You ain't got to wait on me. You go in and out freely. And that dog going to be eating what I'm eating. We eating all organic steaks. Just give him a nice good old organic steak. Give him a couple of berries, every now and again. But I'm telling you, man, dogs are some meat eaters, man. They eat a lot of protein. They need a lot of protein. But that motherfucker gonna be eating good. But anyway, these dogs are just, they continue. I don't know if you can hear them, but they've been barking ever since this whole time I've been talking. Whole time. Listen to this shit. I mean, this shit is just fucking, it's crazy. But I'm imposing, a dog-free neighborhood. Let me see if y'all can hear this, still hear this, see it, because they still out here barking. A little weird. As soon as I start recording, they shut the fuck up. Oh, there you go again. So I'm imposing a new dog-free neighborhood. Who's going to come by and buy a house? Who's going to come down and buy a house? Ain't take it no more. Fucking dogs, man, they getting on your fucking nerves. So they talking about, they won't come up with nothing like that. They know people love the dogs too much. But, you got people out here, dude, that don't want to hear that racket. I think people do. If you're going to own a dog, man, live out somewhere in the country somewhere, man. You know what I'm saying? That way your dog can run free and just got all this yard and fields to run through, and they can bark all day, all night that they want. They ain't got to worry about nobody hearing them. And I just don't, like I say again, I just don't understand the fact of how you got people like myself that does not want to be annoyed with a bunch of noise, but by me moving into a certain neighborhood or pretty much any neighborhood, because I've been out there, dude, where you got some big ass homes and people got some fucking money. And I've been out to a lot of these neighborhoods. And as soon as I get out, I'm hearing dogs barking every fucking where. I'm like, damn, these some nice houses here, but y'all dealing with the same fucking nuisance as you're dealing in the not so rich neighborhoods, Like, damn, you can't escape this shit. And it's just fucked up. It's how, like I say, you got people like me that don't want to hear this shit. But because you're a dog lover or whatever you want to call yourself, that I have to be subjugated to this noise. And that shit ain't fucking right to me, man. And that's why I would say this, man. like in like this particular neighborhood, what they could do is just, you could just come down on it right now and say, hey, we're banning all dogs in this neighborhood. Now, if you already own a dog, then you could keep your dog. But if we find out your dog is becoming a nuisance, barking, doodling on people's shit, you know what I'm saying? You got to go. He's going to have to go. You're going to have to give him to your friend or your family. You can't have him no more. Otherwise, move the fuck out. And it's crazy. And you know what's very contradictory about this neighborhood that I'm in? As soon as you drive in it, as soon as you come down the main street to get into it, it's got a big ass sign that says loud noises won't be tolerated. Like, what the fuck? And like I say, nobody does anything about these dogs. That's why I say, dude, it's like it don't even fucking matter when they put ordinances and laws, because a lot of times they don't abide by this shit. Just like with the fireworks on 4th of July. That shit's illegal over here. But soon 4th of July come, you're going to be up all fucking night hearing that shit. Nothing's done. You never see no police anywhere. And that's why I say, dude, it's like they could come up with certain laws and things that sound good, but they don't even implement the shit. A lot of times, dude, with a lot of these like policemen and people and things, you got to tell them the fucking law, because them motherfuckers don't even know half the shit. They'd be like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm like, what? You telling them motherfuckers what the law is? Yeah, a lot of times when you're dealing with police, they don't like that shit. They don't like it when you telling them the shit. They don't like that shit. The fucking lawyer boy. What are you, some kind of lawyer? You lawyer boy? But anyway, let's get together and let's see if we could come up with anybody who's with me on this that wants to start a community, dog-free community, where it's just peace and quiet. You know, a lot of you motherfuckers get to, oh, I got to have my dog because it helps deter burglars. Get your gun, motherfucker. Shit. That would deter anybody. You know, because a lot of them dogs, they're a lot of bark and no bite. They don't do shit. And you know what's weird is that a lot of them dogs, and I seen them firsthand. You talking about you want a dog for safety and for burglary. But I've noticed that a lot of dogs, they bark at fucking anything. They bark at a fucking leaf falling off the tree. They barking at cars driving by. They barking at the squirrels. They barking at fucking every fucking thing. They barking when somebody knocking on the door. They barking when somebody open the door. They barking at the person at the door. So a lot of times, if your dog is pretty much crying wolf. A lot of these dogs cry wolf like 24/7. Because if you're thinking the dog is barking because there's an intruder, half the time most of these motherfuckers ain't barking because there's an intruder. The motherfuckers is weird. They fucking, I mean, who fucking drives down the street? You drive down the street in your fucking car and you got a fucking dog with his ass hanging out the fucking window. Who the fuck does this shit? These dogs are fucking weird, man. But y'all love these motherfuckers. And I'm going to tell you something else about dogs. Dogs, to me, they're like little bitty kids that never fucking grow up and leave the fucking house. You gotta take care of them motherfuckers until the day they fucking die. They can't cook nothing for themselves. They can't do nothing. That's why I say I don't get the infatuation with these motherfuckers. I think people just like to be, they like to be fucking annoying ass motherfucking people. So yeah, let's get a fucking dog so it can bark all fucking night and shit on people's yards and shit. Also, I also want to know if anybody wants to help make this movie. I got a new concept for a movie called The Dog Killer. It's called The Dog Killer. Okay? And this is about a man that lives in a neighborhood with a bunch of barking ass dogs. And he just gets fed up. He gets tired. He gets tired of waking up in the middle of the night to these barking dogs. He gets tired of having to wake up early in the morning to a barking dog. He gets tired of having to hear this shit for 2 hours in a row barking. And so he eventually goes on a rampage. And anytime there's a dog that's barking, he goes and hunts him down. And he kills the dog. So it's going to be a dog serial killer movie. But this movie is going to be dedicated to all the people who are just, they're just getting so tired and fed up of the nuisance that dogs cause with this barking that they fucking do. And it's all dedicated to everybody, I mean, we could, root and be like, go get this motherfucking dog, go get him. And, so whoever wants to help donate for this movie, also just contact me. Donate for this new donate for the new neighborhood and community we want to build. Dog-free neighborhoods across the country. I had somebody, man, ask me one time. They was going out of town, and they wanted me to, watch the dog while they was out of town. And they wanted to drop the dog off at my house and everything. But one thing, the thing is, with me at the time, I was working like, I could be working 12, 14, 15 hours days, And the dog would have been just sitting at home all day. And but the thing about the dog is that I knew for a fact that the dog had a problem with like peeing and doo-dooing in the house. And the thing is, I had just moved in to my house, and I was like, man, I just moved into this house. You want to bring this pissy ass, shitty ass dog over my house to? No, I was like, no. I had to tell him no. I had to tell him no. I mean, I couldn't do it. I know a lot of people say, oh, pets and dogs, they'll help you with stress, and a lot of people that got dogs is less stressful, and but I don't know. I say I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, man, because I just, like I said, if I had to get a bunch of dogs, because I feel for the way dogs live, I feel for them for big time, and this should let you know that I don't really hate dogs, and I really care for animals, because it's like I feel for a dog that has to sit in the house for 10 straight hours every day and wait till his master come home, and the dog can't do anything for real. It's not like he could go and cook some food. I guess he got some little dry kibble bits that you feed him. But then it's just, most of the time, it's just going to sit there. It's going to sit there. And if that dog is really hung up on their master, they're going to sit there at that fucking front door until that dog comes home. I mean, it just has to be a miserable life. There just has to be a miserable, I wouldn't want to be a dog. And then you're sitting in a house alone. You can't do nothing. You literally just got to sit there and sleep all day. And that's why what I would do and what I suggest is that everybody that lives like that, you go off to work, why don't you get your dog a friend? Get another dog. Get a cat. Get something else that they can hang out together. Where the dogs can hang out together and they could just be, doing whatever dogs do. And get you a fucking doggy door so they can go out and shit and piss when they need to. So that's why I say, man, that's what I would do. But it's 3 o'clock again, and I'm finna eat some breakfast. Fuck motherfuckers what they say. Breakfast is supposed to be at fucking 6 o'clock in the fucking morning or 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever. I eat breakfast at 3 o'clock p.m., motherfucker. That's right. That's right. I say I don't go by nothing. I don't go by nothing a motherfucker tell me. Breakfast is at 8 o'clock in the morning. You know how they used to, you'd go to a hotel and they'd be like, breakfast is going to be at 8. Like, man, I ain't even going to be up, dog. Yo, you wish it on a prayer on that, motherfucker. But I got to get going. I'm gone.